Getting set for the opening kickoff between Carmine White County and Edwards County. Cole Carter alongside Chris Myers. J.C. Tinsley is back at the WRUL studio. Time for the keys to the game. If you're looking for a new set of keys, turn to the good folks at Jansen. Visit JansenCDJR.com or stop by in Outer West Main and Carmine. Chris, keys to the game tonight for the Bulldogs.
Keys to the game, I think, are for the Bulldogs to come out and play more efficiently and effectively defensively early in the game. You don't want to give a team like Edwards County, as we found out last week against Christopher, a fast start, meaning give them confidence early. If they go and get a sustained drive, move the ball down the field, you don't want to have a chance to let them linger around, and that's exactly what happened last week. I think we need to come out, be dominant from the get-go, get 3 and outs, get them off the field, force them in the punting situations. So I think if we get our defense clicking, I think that makes us a more complete football team altogether, because I fully expect our offense to do what they do. I don't foresee us having problems running the ball. We should be efficient on that side of the football, so that's not your concern. But I think if I'm Kurt Simon, I want to see a much better performance first half defensively from this ball club.
I think if you're Edwards County, it's got to be find a way to stop Noah Pollard in this rushing attack.
Plain and simple. I mean, this goes without question. He's already over 1,000 yards for the season. He's a machine. That backfield is loaded. Cade Stockton's provided a punch along there with him, and you got Wiggins on the outside. But first and foremost, that is obvious when you're playing the Carmine Bulldogs. You have to stop number one, Noah Pollard. And again, that points to the offensive line. The offensive line comes out early, establish their dominance, get hat on a hat, and just play the kind of football they did, especially offensively last week. I think the Bulldogs can do some good things. But, yeah, if you're Edwards County, if you got to commit 10 guys to the line of scrimmage to do that, that's what you're going to have to do tonight.
You mentioned Noah Pollard crossed that 1,000-yard mark on the season. For his career, he sits at 2,263 rushing yards. He's 51 yards away from third all-time in school history. I don't think anyone's going to touch 1 and 2 for a long time. That's Isaac King and Logan Rogers. But
no.
Noah Pollard tonight a chance to get to that number 3 spot in the all-time list. He could surpass Brandon Pringle tonight. But we've seen him, and that's really, he didn't become the full-time starter until about week 4 last season, and he's had a dominant senior season this year. I mean, this kid's been fun to watch.
To do what he's done, and you're right, Cole, basically a season and a half, more or less, is just phenomenal. And as I've said about him all year long, he learned from some good mentors. He'll be the first to tell you, that Isaac King was a good role model for him. Because, if you knew what Isaac did, and even his dad did a generation before that, who played for Coach Simon, the weight room at the crack of dawn, when no one's watching, going in there's days the weight room's the last place you want to be. But that's when you got to force yourself to go. And he's one of those young men who's just done that, and that's just made him such an effective ball player. And as I said, I can recall Pringle, Rogers, Isaac, they were pretty well getting carries as sophomores consistently. So for him to get that kind of yardage, he moved in the starting role, you're right, about week 5 last year, and then, just hasn't looked back. He's just been a runaway freight train ever since, and it's just hats off to him for what he's done.
Starting lineups are brought to you by Huck's Market. Download the Huck's Bucks Big Rewards app now for great deals on a great lineup. Save on gas, snacks, and more. Starting offense for Carmine White County at left tackle will be number 55, Eli Bryant, the 6'1 senior. At left guard will be number 52, Michael Miller, a junior. Starting center, number 64, Nolan Aud. At right guard, number 54, Easton Sullivan. And at right tackle, number 70, Dakota Southern for Carmine White County. In the backfield, it will be Noah Pollard, the 5'10 senior, Cade Stockton, the 6'1 senior, and we'll see a combination of Cale Wiggins, a 5'7 senior, and Cade Allen, a 5'8 senior. Madden Anderson is the quarterback. He's a 5'10 junior, and the 2 tight ends, Kyson Edwards, a 5'10 freshman, and Javen Hagan, a 6' sophomore. And that offensive line, you can't really ask for a whole lot more from them this season and what they've been able to do leading this rushing attack for Carmine.
No, they have just been absolutely tremendous from tackle to tackle, all those young men, led by the senior, Eli Bryant. We can't say enough. Him as a player, I feel he's an all-conference lineman for sure at that left tackle position. But what those other young men, all of them, Souther did get some experience last year due to injury, kind of the same as what Pollard had. Dakota Southern's come a long way. But the 3 young men that have stepped into this year, Nolan Odd, Michael Miller, and Easton Sullivan. They're all three. This is their first time ever playing varsity football, and that's a big transition, for this Bulldog team, and one they've handled it very, very well. And here's the reason why, in my mind, because if you go all the way back to 2020, even 1921-ish, we've had 3 consecutive seasons where we had returning linemen. Every one of our linemen were experienced starters. Bryant came in, but at least 4 out of 5 of those guys were returning with experience. And so for a football coach, knowing that you got experience up front, it is such a huge blessing, because these guys know what to expect. Where these guys can line up, who can pull, who's good pass blocker, who can get out in space. Their strengths. And when they're experienced like that, it just takes a whole lot of pressure off you in designing your offense, putting it together. So these 3 young men that have stepped into the varsity roles, along with Brian Southard, have just done a great job this year.
Carmi looking for their 4th straight win over Edwards County. The Lions got the best of Carmi back in that 2021 spring season. Also beat them in 2018 when Edwards County had a 7-win campaign. They won a playoff game, but they haven't really gotten over the hump since then. They have struggled, but Carmi looking to, again, get that 6th win of the season. A couple of conference games we're keeping our eye on tonight, or a non-conference game, as I guess you could say. Johnston City, this week was their Vienna-Goreville forfeit week. They picked up a non-conference game with Dixon out of Chicago, a 4A school, a top 5 school in 4A. So you talk about the Indians trying to get prepared for the postseason with a big matchup like that.
Well, you can look at that one in 2 ways. Some people might say, are you guys crazy? But if you're the football purist, you say hats off to them. I mean, I think that is fantastic for Johnston City, just to say, hey, anybody, any place. And, what a great test for your team, because next week they have Cesar at Cesar, and then they end their season with us at home. So it's a great way for them to go into the playoffs.
El Dorado is hosting Cesar-Valier tonight. Eagles are 3-3. Of course, Cesar-Valier 6-0. Cesar-Valier and JC both have already clinched a playoff berth. Looking at the last 3 games for El Dorado, they've got Cesar tonight, us next week, and they finish it off with Christopher. So they've got a shot to make the postseason, but they're going to have to pull off a win either against Cesar-Valier or Carmi in the next 2 weeks. So a lot to unfold here in the final couple of weeks of the regular season. We are underway here in Edwards County as the short kickoff fielded by Cooper Hill at the Carmi 35-yard line, and Hill will take this one all the way to midfield. We saw the freshman with a long touchdown run last week, and a good kickoff return here to start the football game.
That young man is definitely a speedster. I think the Lions watch film definitely say, hey, we don't want to kick off to Pollard or Cade Allen, but number 9 is no slouch in the speed department. So
Carmi scored 72 points last week. That is tied for the 3rd most ever scored in school history. They did it without throwing a single pass play and with having the ball for less than 12 minutes.
That has to be 2 records right there.
First down and 10 in the T formation. Here's Cade Stockton on the left side, and Stockton will take it up to about the 46. It's about 4 yards there on first down.
Classic what we'd like to do, 4 or 5 yards on first down. Keep positive momentum ahead of the chains. Interesting fact about Stockton, he started his football career here at Edwards County. And then moving down here, so.
We're glad he did.
Yes, definitely are.
Second down and call it 7 here for the Bulldogs, maybe 6 with a football at the 46. Anderson under center in the power I, gives it off to Pollard right up the gut, and Noah will take this one inside the 40-yard line. He's going to have enough for a first bank first down. Just like the Bulldogs, first bank is making great things happen as Carmi moves the chains.
Bulldogs just doing what they do, being consistent between the tackles. Edwards County, 5 down linemen, 2 backers, corners walked up tight, basically a 9-man front, 2 safeties deep, so nothing we haven't seen before. But when you can line up against formations like that and pound the ball like this, it makes life easy.
1 minute gone here in the first quarter. Under center, Anderson gives it off left side to Stockton. Looking for some running room, is able to barrel his way up to about the 32. Able to get about 8 yards there on first down. Nice run by Stockton.
Just classic out of the tee. We've talked about all season what Cade Stockton provides. He's his toughness. You see even when he's being tackled, his feet, they don't stop moving. He's still grinding his feet. He's looking to get that extra yard no matter what. Just a very, very tough runner.
Second down and 3 here for the Bulldogs. 10:20 left to play here in the first quarter. First drive, Carmi in the stack high. They give it off to Pollard. Noah Jukes left. Hits a defender at about the 25-yard line. We'll see where they give him a forward progress. He'll have a first down regardless at the 26-yard line. Another first down for Carmi.
Another first down. That stack high has been the Bulldogs' friend all season. So interesting. Even the Bulldogs are obviously consistently moving this football, but unlike last week, Edwards County's defense is bending, but just not. The floodgates aren't opening yet. Bulldogs were 60 yards first play of the game last week.
9:50 left to play here in the first quarter. First drive for Carmi. Here's a toss on the far side to Cale Wiggins. Cale tries to bounce it. Now cuts back to the middle. He's going to be right at the line to gain. He's brought down at about the 17-yard line. We'll see where they mark him. Looks like he's about half a yard shy of that first down.
Got an excellent block out there from Stockton leading him on that sweep. As we say last week, Wiggins took full advantage when they had that play call and took one down about 50, 60 yards for a touchdown. So good run on first down.
So second and short here for Carmi with a football at the Edwards County 17-yard line. Handoff goes to Power at the middle, and Noah's going to take this one inside the 15, and looks like he's still going. Hard to tell from our vantage point. He's got the first down.
He got that just inside the 10.
That's the first down, so it's going to be first and goal for Carmi.
And he made a cut there at the last second. It was kind of hard to see where he'd went, where the pile ended up.
This press box here in Edwards County, it sits so low. I mean, you're right level with the field almost. And Carmi's on the far side of the hash. So first and goal, ball at the 7-yard line. Handoff goes to Pollard. Off to the right side. Noah is in untouched. Touchdown, Carmi White County. A 7-yard run for Noah Pollard.
Couldn't have drew it up any better. That's exactly how you want to start the game if you're the Bulldogs. 6, 7, 8 yards a pop. Get it down the end zone, opening drive. And that wasn't even 3 minutes and about 13 seconds or so.
That's $6 from Expressway Ford Mercury to the Carmi White County Unit 5 School District. Score your next great deal on the new ride at Expressway Ford Mercury in Mount Vernon. In the T formation for the 2-point play, Cade Stockton gets it left side, and he is in for 2. So with 8:47 to play in the first quarter, Bulldogs march down the field. A 50-yard drive capped off by a 7-yard run by Noah Pollard. Cade Stockton runs in the 2-point play. 8-0 Carmi, back in 30 seconds on 97.3 WRUL. All right, so 8:47 left to play here in the first quarter as the Bulldogs strike first. 8-0 on the touchdown run by Noah Pollard. Pollard's kickoff will be picked up at the 17-yard line. Here running it back for the Lions will be number 24. That's Justin Davis, and he gets it out to about the 31, so that is where the Lions will start this drive, and we'll see what they come out in offensively. We've seen them get in the spread. They don't throw the ball a ton when they get in spread. They like to run the option, quarterback design runs. They want to put their best athletes at the quarterback position, so we'll see what they come out with here on first down.
Saw him in the eye during warm-ups, but let's see. Yeah, and it looks like we're going to get tight end to the right and just a kind of a wing look to the left.
So the quarterback is Jackson Hensley, and he gives it off up the middle to Cash Connor, and Connor hit initially but able to fall forward. Javen Egan brings him down at the 35-yard line. Gain of about 3 on first down there for Connor.
Kind of saw Egan moving around there for a second. He was just trying to get back to his spot there. I think he's used to playing in. They actually have him on the nose here, so different kind of alignment for the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs going with 4 down linemen, kind of a 4-4 look defensively. As you see Pollard and now Duckworth drop down to defensive end. Here on second down, they give it off on the left side. And bouncing off a first tackler, now it's a foot race down the far sideline and taking it all the way to about the 35-yard line. That was number 30, Blake Landingham for Edwards County. He has not played much at all this season. Landingham, a 5'7 junior, and a long run gets it all the way to the Carmi 36-yard line.
Landingham's showing some good speed out there on the edge. Again, just broke contain out there. Got past our corner, and much like last week, Cole, this is not the start you want your defense to get off to. So let's see if we can buckle down here.
Carmi has shifted so many things around defensively, putting guys in different spots, just trying to find that setup that works best for them, and their defense has struggled at times this season. First down and 10. Under center is Hensley, and he gives it off on the fullback give, and he does not get very far. That was number 12 with the carry, Dylan Prather, for about a gain of 2.
Javen Hagan, again, playing a down tackle spot this week, did a nice job fighting off a block and limiting that game. But you're right, Cole. I mean, just when your defense has struggled, quite honestly, I say struggled. They did win the game convincingly, but when it hasn't performed the way you wanted, you do try to mix some things around. So hopefully the Bulldogs can settle into something tonight that really, really works for them.
7 to go here in the first quarter. 8-0 Carmi. Under center is Hensley. Gives it off to Connor up the middle, and Connor runs into a brick wall. A Bulldog defender is able to lean forward for about 2 yards up to the 31-yard line, maybe the 32. We'll bring up third down and about 6 here for the Lions.
Well, that was a great job by Stone McGee. See, Connor's a big, strong kid and just a great athlete. McGee got under him. You know, Connor obviously outweighs him. Great leverage by McGee, just meeting him right there, wrapping up, getting him to the ground.
So third down and 6 here for Edwards County. Ball at the Carmi 32. 6:20 left to play here in the first quarter. Hensley under center. He will take the snap and gives it off to Connor. Connor tries to bounce it, cuts back to the middle, and it'll be brought down about 2 yards shy of that line to gain, up to about the Carmi 29-yard line. It'll be fourth and manageable here for the Lions.
Good cutback by Connor. Again, just simple football. I formation, lead back, cutting against the grain off left tackle. It's kind of looked like somewhat, maybe I saw a frontside guard pull, but nothing overly fancy. Obviously, they're going to go for it here. Edwards County, their record, field position, nothing to lose here.
Fourth down and 4 here for the Lions. Under 6 to go here in the first quarter. They come out in the eye. Under center is Hensley. He takes the snap. They fake the toss. Quarterback run here to the near side. Pollard chasing him, and Noah's going to bring him down to the backfield. Turnover on downs.
That's what you want from this defense. Finally, a good opening game defensive series. Pollard coming off the edge there, using his speed. Most other players, if they take that inside shot, they give that up. But Pollard with his speed, he's one of the few players that can get behind the quarterback and run him down. It's a good series for the defense. I like us staying in our base 50 there. We're a traditional 5-man front, 2 linebackers. I think that worked out well for us.
Thought for a second Noah was going to grab Hensley's horse collar, but he was able to slide his hand down and avoid that penalty. So first and 10 here for Carmi. The give goes to Cale Wiggins up the middle. And Cale had a career night last Friday, rushing for 127 yards and his first touchdown of the season. Takes this one across the 40, gain of about 5 on first down.
And these last 3 or 4 weeks, you notice his number of carries has steadily increased. Yep. So, I mean, and that's a great thing because that's another weapon. You know, as I've said all year, Wiggins, at 145 pounds, isn't a steamroller, but he is deceptively strong. He has a ton of strength in that 145 pounds.
Second down and 4 here for the Bulldogs. Handoff goes to Pollard. Noah looking for some room. Not much there, but he's able to drag some defenders with him up to about the 48. A penalty flag did fly in there late in the play. Noah's about half a yard shy. We'll see what the flag is.
Yeah, talking to Carmi, looks like it's going to be on Edwards County. They're talking to Carmi players. Personal foul. Oh, it is on us.
Personal foul against Carmi.
Excuse me.
Okay.
I think the reason the referee was talking is because he was addressing the young man who committed the personal foul. Not sure who it is.
I didn't see a number there.
It was a late flag, and it was in the area where some linemen were still kind of jostling a little bit. And he came in there and threw that flag late. So
well, normally I would have the YouTube stream on my phone to see what happened, but with no YouTube tonight, we'll have to wait until the film comes out tomorrow morning to see what that penalty was. So,
and I did say the word jostling. That's an old school term for wrestling, kind of pushing.
I know what you meant. Yeah,
you knew that one. Okay, I was making sure. That wasn't just a criticism. That was it's an old word.
So the penalty puts the football all the way back at the Carmi 32. So now it's second down and about 13. Bulldogs in the stack eye. Under center is Anderson. Gives it off to Noah Pollard. And Noah takes it across the middle up to across the 40 to the 43-yard line. And gets pretty much all that penalty yardage back. Set up a third down and 6.
Edwards County, I noticed on the defensive front, they have some big kids. They have some size. But you just said it, Cole. When you can get a chunk of a 15-yard penalty back by just running out of the stack eye, you know you got something good going as far as the ground game goes.
So third down, call it 4 here for the Bulldogs. 4:15 to go here in the opening quarter. They lead 1-0. In the power eye, Power gets the handoff up the middle, and Noah is brought down at the 49, but that's going to be enough for a first down for Carmi White County.
Our opening series of the game, the Lions were in a 9-man front. They have officially walked 10 guys to the line of scrimmage. They have one safety back, and the Bulldogs still moving the ball effectively against a 10-man front.
Russ Gerlach calling his first timeout of the half. We'll take one as well. Back in 1 minute on 97.3 WRUL. All right, so 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 49-yard line. They lead this one 8-0 over Edwards County. 4:01 to play here in the first quarter after the Lions call their first timeout of the half. Chris, you got a score update for us?
I do. Something very interesting. El Dorado out to a quick lead on Cesar. Still the first quarter, 6-0. Flora leading Hamilton County 6-0 as well, first quarter.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs in the stack eye. Anderson gives it off to Noah Pollard, left side. Blockers in front. Noah puts a foot in the ground, turns it upfield, and picks it up to the 41-yard line of Edwards County. About a 9-yard gain, 9.5-yard gain there for Noah. We'll bring up 2nd and short.
That sweep out of the power eye is just a thing of beauty. Wiggins and Stockton just leading Pollard around there. Both of them came around the edge. Good job by number 26 for us, setting the edge. And I'm so
Tyson
terrible.
Edwards.
Thank you. So terrible about forgetting the young man's name without looking at the roster. But he did a good job blocking on the edge. But just a great job leading that power eye sweep.
Anderson under center in the stack eye, gives it off to Pollard. Pollard runs into his own lineman, then pushed back. I don't think with forward progress he'll have enough for a first down. No gain. He'll bring up 3rd and inches here as Edwards County getting a good push up front.
That was number 66, J.W. Sims Reisner, 6'3", 270 pounds. Did a great job just holding his own up there. He's a load.
We talked about Edwards County, and they're struggling this season, but a bright spot for them. Their junior pro teams this year had a really good campaign, so some talented players coming up here in the next couple of years for the Lions. 3rd and short, they toss to Kale Wiggins on the far side. Kale turns it upfield, and he's tripped up at the 34-yard line. It's a first down for Carmi White County.
And that quick pitch play out of the tee has just become a go-to with Wiggins. Again, more importantly, what he does with him in the backfield, he provides that extra dimension. I mean, he's like a bullet coming out of a gun when he gets on that edge. So he allows the Bulldogs to be able to run in space, give Pollard a break, kind of widen the defense, or at the very least make the defense realize, hey, we're not just between the tackles team either.
Carmi on the tee on 1st down and 10. Handoff goes to Cade Stockton. Cade cuts back to the middle, now tries to bounce it, but he's tripped up at the 28-yard line. Of about 4 or 5 there on 1st down. Chris, we got a text from our guy, Toby Brown. Noah Pollard, 58 yards so far on the night. He has surpassed that number 3 spot in the all-time rushing record department for Carmi White County. Congratulations, Noah Pollard, getting there in the number 3 spot, which is that's a pretty big company to be in.
Absolutely incredible. Congratulations, Noah.
Anderson gives it off. This is Pollard again up the middle, tripped up initially, but able to stay on his feet and take it up to about the 24. And that should be enough for a first down. And indeed it is.
You know, again, in games like this, what's so incredible Edwards County is probably now with almost 11 guys at the line of scrimmage. And the Bulldogs have just not even attempted to think about passing. You know, they're still running it at will. And
it's a case of, what's coming at you, good luck.
Exactly. If you can't stop it, no need to go to anything else.
80 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. 8-0 Carmi. They're driving at the Edwards County 24-yard line. Anderson back to pass, right on cue.
Open.
Got a man open. It's Cade Allen down there. Incomplete. A tad bit overthrown. But he was open.
That was a touchdown.
Yep.
Just couldn't quite haul it in. I was getting ready to say before, it may be a time to maybe consider play action. They only have one safety back. So that one safety's got to cover a lot of ground. Snuck Allen out there. That was 6 points. Just couldn't quite bring it in.
So 2nd down and 10 now for Carmi with the clock stopped. 1:10 to go here in the first quarter in the football at the Edwards County 24. 8-0 Bulldogs. in the stack guy. Anderson under center. Turns, gives it off to Pollard. Pollard trips over. I think he tripped over Madden's foot.
He absolutely did.
And the loss of a couple.
And what I was going to say, too, I like the pass on first down, pass him, because that's the down you really want to do it. If you're 3rd and 10, a team's going to expect it. But you've been running it like this, you attempt that on a first down, that's when you really catch them asleep. This is one of those things that happens, just a little miscue there.
So Carmi facing their first 3rd and long of the night. Might be their first 3rd down of the entire night, I'm not sure. 40 seconds to go in the first, 3rd down and 11. Anderson under center in the power I. He'll take the snap, gives it off to Pollard. Noah jukes to the left, puts his shoulder down, and is brought down at the 17-yard line. About 3 to 4 yards shy of that first down marker. It's 4th down, and Carmi definitely 4-down territory here. They'll go for it.
Yeah, they made a nice cut there coming out of that power I. They are walking. It looks like they did have kind of a run blitz on at that time. Pollard, again, good vision, making the cut. 4th and that is solid 4 yards. But again, tonight, this is a manageable down for the Bulldogs. You don't say that every week, but 4th and 4 tonight should be manageable.
And that will, as the first quarter clock runs down. That's the end of the first quarter. Carmi-White County leads at 8-0. We'll step aside for a 1-minute break on 97.3 WRUL. All right, we start the second quarter of action. Carmi-White County leading Edwards County 8-0. Cole Carter alongside Chris Myers. J.C. Tinsley is back at the WRUL studio. Bulldogs marched down on their first drive of the game, capped it off with a 7-yard touchdown run by Noah Pollard. But they're facing a 4th down and 4 here at the Edwards County 18, and we'll see what Kurt Simon wants to draw up here on 4th down.
If you see T and if you see Stockton to the right, expect 23 crossbuck. Or maybe come back to Wiggins on that sweep.
Bulldogs break the huddle here on the first play of the second quarter. 4th down and 4. They're in the power I. Under center is Anderson. Lions don't jump off sides. They snap it, give it off to Pollard. He tries to break through, and we'll see where they mark him. Far side official says he's got enough. Indeed, he does for a first down to the 11-yard line.
We'll just go with Old Faithful, line up in the power I, and just run a power ISO off the left side. As I said earlier, 4th and 4 is, you're kind of nervous against a lot of games, a lot of teams. 4th and 4 tonight, it's not too big a deal, quite honestly.
1st down and 10 for Carmi at the Edwards County 12-yard line. They give it off inside to Stockton, broke the first tackle, and is able to get it down to about the, 6-yard line. 6-yard gain there for Cade.
I don't think the Bulldogs are going to break 72 points tonight, but they're still being very efficient. You will still take 4, 5, 6, 7 yards at a time in chunks, so.
All right, so 2nd down and 4 here for the Bulldogs at the Edwards County 7. In the stack guy, Anderson gives it off to Pollard, left side. Noah looking for the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Carmi-White County.
Same play he ran to convert to 4th and 4. This time takes it into the end zone. And again, Cole, it is just remarkable. With 10 guys stacked on the line of scrimmage, the Bulldogs, the left side, Eli Bryant has just done a fantastic job at his left tackle position tonight. Watching him, he's absolutely steamrolling anyone across from him, getting seal blocks. Good job by the tight end over there as well. Just a great job up front against a 10-man front.
Another Expressway Ford touchdown, $6 from Expressway Ford to the Carmi-White County Unit 5 School District, and Cade Stockton runs in the 2-point conversion, so nearly identical to that. Actually, it is identical to that first drive, a 7-yard touchdown run by Pollard, and Cade Stockton runs in the 2-point play. With 10:51 to go in the second quarter, the Bulldogs lead Edwards County 16-0. Back in 30 seconds on 97.3 WRUL. Noah Pollard's kickoff, a short squibbler that's fielded by the Lions at about the 35-yard line. So that is where Edwards County will start their second offensive drive of the evening. Cole Carter, Chris Myers with you as the Bulldogs lead 16-0 here early in the second quarter in Edwards County. As Bulldogs trying to pick up That big number 6 in the win column this year to punch their ticket to the IHSA playoffs.
And defensively, I like the fact, the Bulldogs are just taking a little bit of time to rest Bryant a little bit. Looks like Perez and Vargas are in at the defensive tackle positions. And again, Egan playing the nose tonight. First time I've seen him do that this season.
Hensley under center on first down, hands it off here to the near side. This is going to be number 30, the ball carrier. That's Landingham. Saw him have a long run. Correct, that was 33 there on the carry. Brody Dardine. It gets about 2 yards up to the Edwards County 35.
Good tackle by Jazz Duckworth. I talked about him last week. He's a kid who slowly started to emerge these last 3 games. As I've said, he's an explosive young man, very strong. Only 5'8", but he's 185 pounds and an explosive 185. So,
and playing out of position too.
Yeah.
Kind of a new position for him at defensive end.
And just a sophomore.
Hensley under center, turns, gives it off to Dardine again off the right side. He looks to bounce it, and Stone McGee is going to track him down right at the Edwards County 40-yard line. We'll pick up third down at about 4.
I think Edwards County, quite honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if they don't move the ball here on this third down, that they go ahead and go for it. I mean, you're 1-5.
Yeah.
Your playoff hopes are done.
Already down by 2 scores.
Right.
Yep.
You got to find a way to keep Carmi from having the ball. So,
third down and 4 for Edwards County. Ball at their own 41-yard line. Hensley under center in the I formation. And the Bulldogs jump off sides.
And it's a moot point.
Yep.
Yes, the Bulldogs jump off sides.
That's one thing that you kind of have to expect on third and short.
Yeah.
And that time it wasn't just one guy, it was the entire defensive line jumping off sides.
The old saying, watch the ball. You preach it in practice, you work on it. You tell your lineman, you do drills on it, watch the ball. Third and short, fourth and short, watch the ball. And they went off cadence and they paid for it.
So 1st and 10 for the Lions at the 46-yard line. And the fumbled snap, loose football. Who's got it? There's a scramble for it. And we'll see who's got the football. Bulldogs do. Carmi takes it away. A fumble recovery. Couldn't tell who it was that came out of the pile with it. Regardless, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Well, that was definitely miscommunication. Our quarterback had turned one way to hand it off. No one there. And the ball just bounced off the lead back's leg, it looked like. And great opportunity. Good job by the defense recovering that. Always take advantage of opportunities.
So 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs with the football at the Edwards County 42. And Carmi, well, you got to play with your right tackle in the ball game as Dakota Southern runs out there.
You might need him. You just might need him.
So they're in the stack guy. They snap it and give it off to Pollard. Noah puts a foot in the ground, cuts it back to the middle, and he's brought down, and that's going to be an extra 15 yards.
No question.
As Cash Connor came over the top and grabbed Noah by the face mask on the tackle, so add 15 yards at the end of that run.
And again, the blocking enthusiast in me just watched Wiggins and Stockton come around there. They literally were shoulder to shoulder and just took the defensive end for Edwards County for a ride. That play, Pollard cut it back in, but we could see that face mask from here is pretty obvious. Edwards County turned a 1st and 10 into a turnover, and now a little more salt in the wounds with the personal foul. They don't need to do the Bulldogs any favors, but we'll take the favors.
Absolutely.
For the Bulldogs.
8:50 left to play here in the second quarter. Bulldogs lead 16-0. Anderson back to pass for the second time tonight, throws one down the field, and that is nearly intercepted well over the head of Cade Allen.
That was number 21 down there for the Lions. Looks like Jackson Hensley. Same play they tried to do earlier in the game when Allen was wide open. This time, Edwards County defended that well. Very tight coverage by Hensley. So regardless, even if the throw was closer, I think it was well defended.
I think he might have missed an open Cade Stockton underneath.
Yeah, he went for the home run again.
Cade had his hand up. Cade Stockton, that is, with both Cades there on the routes. 2nd down and 10. Anderson gives it off to Pollard left side. And Noah will be brought down eventually. Forward progress will get him to about the 26-yard line. Which will get us to 3rd and about 5.
They have shifted their front a little bit. 6 down linemen now. 6 down linemen, 2 linebackers, corners walked up just behind the ends, then 1 safety back. So it leaves, there's a lot of field. I know it's easy just to look, hey, there's a lot of open field there, but if you can get a seal block on this edge, you know, hitting the perimeter might be something here.
3rd and 5. They go with the fullback give to Cade Stockton. And Cade's going to have the first down, and Moore takes it all the way to the 15-yard line, and that's going to be enough for another first bank first down.
Or the fullback trap, either one. And the fact you can do that against a 6-man front, again, is incredible. The way the fullback trap works is your play side guard kicks out the opposite lineman. The back cuts against the grain. So if it's a trap right, your left guard's going to pull. If it's trap left, your right guard pulls.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Edwards County 15-yard line. They lead 16-0, 7:20 to go in the second. Hand off to Pollard, and he is met right away. Number 66 for Edwards County shot through the gap. That was J.W. Sims Reisner and a tackle for loss.
That's twice tonight. He's made a couple big plays. That young man's a load. I mean, he's a solid 270. As they say, he's got the guns showing, so big kid. It's been effective tonight.
So 2nd down and 13 here for the Bulldogs in the T formation as Anderson gives it off left side to Stockton. And Cade is going to be met in the hole initially and brought down back. No gain on the play. And Carmi facing another 3rd and long.
Well, again, 3rd and long. This game so far has been manageable, but credit Edwards County. Their defense has really tightened up here inside. Bulldogs just inside the red zone. So 2 shots at the end zone here. This might be a situation, run and see what we get. Power I, expect run or maybe play action.
3rd down 11. Anderson gives it off to Pollard. Full head of steam, but grabbed in the hole there again by Sims Reisner and brought down. Might have got about 3 yards back to the original line of scrimmage, but it's 4th and long here for the Bulldogs.
Well, now you got no choice. You're going to have to get this thing in the air. Sims Reisner, boy, he's just having his way over there on that right side. Matched up with Dakota Southern. You got to tip your cap to this Lions defense for buckling up here and see what 4th down brings us.
They're in the T formation. Anderson under center. Gives it off to Stockton left side. Noah trying, or correction, this is Cade trying to find the sticks. There is a penalty flag back on the back side of the play. Stockton was tackled short. Another flag comes in at the tackle. So a lot to unravel here. And we'll see what they say. Cade was tackled short of the line to gain.
Now, he threw the flag over. Dakota Southern and Sims Reisner were locked up over here, and the official threw the flag literally at both of them first. And then you're right, Cole, that another flag came over where he was tackled. So
an unsportsmanlike against Edwards County. I did see that. And another penalty on Edwards County.
2. Well, did they point to us?
I don't know if they pointed to Carmi or not.
Couldn't see.
So holding against Carmi,
yeah,
unsportsmanlike against Edwards County. Penalties will offset and they'll replay the down.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they got Sims Reisner for the unsportsmanlike over here. And then the holding, not sure.
So 4th down here. 4th and 9 with the football at the Edwards County 13. Carmi will replay the down after the penalty. Bulldogs lead 16-0. 5:20 to go here in the first half. They come out back in the tee. Under center is Anderson. He'll take the snap, gives it off to Pollard. Noah cuts to the middle, spins off one tackler, barreling his way down to the goal line, and he's down at the 4, which is enough for a rush appliance. Not rush appliance, it's first bank this year for the first bank first down, 1st and goal Bulldogs.
It's first down. That's all that matters.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's great. Great run by Pollard there. And we were 4th and 9. And you go to 24 crossbuck with Pollard. I mean, wow.
Shows the confidence you have in your all-conference to be running back.
I assure you, 9 out of 10 teams are throwing the ball in that situation. Just out of necessity. But when you got him back there, I mean, you can run a crossbuck on 4th and 9 and get the first down.
So first down and goal with the football at the Edwards County 5-yard line. And was that a quarterback sneak?
Was a wedge. Yeah, it was.
Touchdown, yep, quarterback sneak, touchdown, Carmel White County. I looked away for a second, and Anderson took the snap and ran it in from 5 yards out. That's a Expressway 4 touchdown for the Bulldogs.
Good to see that. I think we just kind of almost caught them off guard. They're looking for us to break the huddle, come out and tee, hit Pollard, Stockton, or on the edges, or between the tackles, excuse me, and then you just go silent count, let Matt Anderson sneak it in, get behind your center and guards. Good play call. And that's Madden. Does he have a touchdown this year?
Second rushing touchdown. Okay. He had a sneak for a score against Fairfield a couple of weeks ago. Okay. So he gets his second career touchdown. And the Bulldogs will go for 2. They're in the tee. Anderson back to pass here on the 2-point play. Throws it to Cade Stockton, and he's in for 2. And Cade Stockton's got 6 points tonight. 3 2-point conversions for the senior. And with 4:31 to play in the second quarter, the Bulldogs lead 24-0. Back in 30 seconds on 97.3 WRUL. So the Bulldogs extend their lead. They lead Edwards County 24-0. 4:31 to play here in the second quarter. Noah Power with a swift kick that's picked up in the second level for the Lions. And it will be run out to about the 37-yard line by Blake Landingham, and that is where the Lions will start this drive.
Just a quick score update. One I was keeping my eye on, Johnson City and Dixon. Second quarter, no score. So Johnson City holding their own with that 4A powerhouse from Chicago.
Any other scores from the
we have
games?
Flores leading Hamilton County 6-0 in the second. It is Sesser now up on El Dorado 16-6 in the second. Fairfield leading Christopher 20-7. That game also in the second quarter.
So you got Flora and Hamilton County. Flora at 3-3. Hamilton County at 2-4. Foxes, they got to win out to make the playoffs. So those two teams trying to fight for a playoff spot. Back to pass for the first time tonight is Hensley. He throws down the field, and it's incomplete. Dakota Brown there on the coverage. Kay Allen over the top, nearly got the pick as well. First time the Lions have thrown the ball tonight, and it's incomplete, second down.
Good pressure by Jazz Duckworth, who's forcing that throw a little bit. It looked like he had either Greathouse or Davis out there. Those deep out routes, had one of them open for a second, just overthrew it. But again, credit the pressure by Duckworth.
So second down and 10. Here for the Lions, 4:17 to play in the second quarter. Bulldogs lead 24-0. Under center is Hensley in the power I. He'll take the snap, gives it off on the right side. This is going to be Landingham again. Well, that was Dardine that time, 33 with it. And he did not get much of anything. Third and long here for the Lions.
Nice job again by Javen Hagan. Again, he's moved inside to the nose tackle position. Normally he's a defensive end. You know, Hagan only weighs in at 190 pounds. You know, you might think that's a little slender for that interior tackle position, but what he has, and sometimes the most effective nose tackles are the ones with quickness and speed and can shoot the gaps, use the hand, play with good pad leverage. And that's what he's done so far tonight.
3rd and 9 for the Lions. Hensley, quarterback run here to the near side. Wiggins did a great job staying at home, and he makes the tackle for loss. They try to go with that little bootleg sweep. Hensley kept it, ran here to the near side, and 42 was right there waiting on him. Edwards County will punt.
Great job by Wiggins, just first of all staying at home. It's easy to bite on that little fake, you know, think he's handing off to the right and just jump in there and try to pursue backside. Stayed at home. And then his quickness and tenacity just does the rest. He is a surefire tackler. When he wraps you up, you're going down.
So no gain on 3rd and 9. Edwards County will get ready to punt this one away, as it will be Davis doing the punting. And he gets this one away. Kate Allen will come up and field it at the 34-yard line. Allen gets past one defender. Now on the far sideline is tackled at the 40-yard line. So that is where Carmi will set up shop. With 2:41 to go here in the second quarter. Plenty of time to get one more score before the end of the half.
Yeah. Good job by Allen. Just getting some positive yardage. Of course, Edwards County had to know what he could do just watching film with the punt return, so good coverage by them. Yeah, with 2:41, an eternity of time, all 3 timeouts, so the Bulldogs with plenty of time to, it's not our style to run a 2-minute drill, but we've shown we can if we need to, out of the power I.
Yep.
Most unique thing I've ever seen. most 2-minute drills are 4 wide spread. This is power I.
Well, they come out in the power I, and they give it off to Cade Stockton on the fullback give up the middle, and Cade will plow his way to about the 47-yard line. Gain of 8. 2.5 to go in the second quarter. 24-0 Carmine.
Just love that play. Again, I just love the play design of it. You get two of the backs going. Just it's such good misdirection. When you line up and run out of that, you're expecting power, or maybe a sweep. Just some type of power run. Cut it back against the grain. Always catches them off guard.
Second down and 2. Under center is Anderson. They toss it near side to Wiggins. He's got blockers in front. Kale gets the first down. He'll take a couple of Lions with him up to the 45. That's going to be enough for a First Bank first down.
And he still wasn't going down. They blew the whistle, but he still went on the ground. 145 pounds, 4 guys couldn't bring him down. That tells you how strong he is.
And so clock running, under 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Football at the Edwards County 45. 1st and 10 here for Carmine. They come out in the T formation. Anderson under center. He'll take the snap, gives it off left side to Stockton. Cade bounces it outside, still trying to find that chain, and he's brought down by Davis at the 40, and Kurt Simon forced to call his first timeout of the half. We'll go ahead and take one with them back in 60 seconds on 97.3 WRUL. 90 seconds left to go here in the second quarter as the Bulldogs lead Edwards County 24-0. They've got the football at the Lion 40, 2nd and 5 after a Kurt Simon timeout. In the T formation, under center is Anderson. He'll give it off on the near side to Cale Wiggins, and Cale with a burst of speed to take this football all the way to the Edwards County 31. Another First Bank first down, and the clock will stop momentarily to set the chains.
Looks like we do have an Edwards County player. I thought he was injured, a little slow to get up.
So the clock will start back, the chains being set. 85 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Bulldogs trying to get one more score before the end of the half. In the power I, under center is Anderson. Gives it off to Pollard off the left side. Big hole for Noah, and a foot race down the far sideline. Inside the 10, inside the 5, and he's pushed out at around the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Bulldogs.
Great job by that left side coming out of the power I. He knew it was coming. ISO left side. Again, Eli Bryant just washing that thing down. Tight end turning out. You could have drove a truck through there. Just let Pollard do the rest. Again, kudos to Eli Bryant for a monster down block there.
So 1st and goal for Carmine with the football at the Lion 3. Anderson turns, gives it off to Cade Stockton, and he is in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Carmine White County. Cade Stockton.
Not to sound like a broken record, Cole, but great run by Stockton. But again, Bryant just turning his man, washed him out about 5 yards. I could have walked through that. That's how good the blocking was. Not to discredit our fantastic backfield, but that was just a great job up front.
Great first half from the Bulldogs, really on both sides of the football.
Much cleaner game tonight.
Yes. Anderson under center in the power I. They give it off to Pollard, and Pollard is in for the 2-point play. So with 1:06 to play in the second quarter, your score, Carmine White County 32, Edwards County 0. Back in 30 seconds on 97.3 WRUL. 1:06 left to play here in the second quarter after the Bulldogs extend their lead on a 4-yard touchdown run by Cade Stockton. 32-0 Bulldogs here in Edwards County. Pollard's kickoff fielded at the 20-yard line by Nordingham, and he's down the near sideline. He's gone. Right here, they're blowing a whistle. Penalty flag down late. This is a kickoff return for a touchdown, but it might come back. I thought I heard a whistle being blown. It might have just been a fan, but a flag came out late. Yeah. This is going to come back.
A lot of confusion, man.
That was Landingham, it was Dardine, the one that returned the kick, and it's going to come back.
See if we got a block in the back. 99% of the time on kickoffs is what it is.
And it's one of those flags that I mean, he was gone. There was no point of making that block. It's a touchdown.
There was literally nobody. There's no Bulldog defender. It was blocking the back. It had to be downfield. It couldn't have been at the initial point but like you said, Cole, I mean, if you're Edwards County, you had no reason to do that.
As soon as he got past midfield, he was gone. Now, I thought one of the officials trailing from behind was blowing the whistle. Thought he might have stepped out of bounds, but I guess it was just a fan blowing the whistle. Then I saw the flag come in. And so it's going to be 10 yards from the spot of that foul. So it puts the football at the Carmi 47. That's got to be frustrating for Edwards County. The one thing you get going tonight.
Horrible.
It's called back.
Yeah, something that was a little bit of a struggle for the Bulldogs last week, special teams, and that looked like a clean 6 points. And the positive would have been for the Lions to get the ball to start second half.
So Lions come out in the I formation. Hensley under center. Takes the snap. They go with the toss on the far side. This is Dardine. Or correction, that is Landingham, and he's tripped up in the backfield.
Cale Wiggins.
Yep, Cale as well as Noah Pollard in there on the tackle. Loss of dang near 10 yards.
I'm going to tell you what. If you want a clinic on how a corner should come up and attack the sweep, you just saw it. Cale Wiggins just sliced 2 or 3 blockers and got in there and made that tackle.
Edwards County will call it their second timeout of the half. We'll keep it here with 30 seconds on the clock as Edwards County getting set for their homecoming coordination here at halftime. And what's interesting, Chris, when you come here to Edwards County at halftime, you don't make the long track all the way to the locker room. Carmi will just set up shop in the end zone there at halftime, and that's just one of the things about playing here in Albion, a little bit different.
I can remember it was 33 years ago. Our last game of my senior year was here. The game time temperature might have been 30 degrees. It was freezing. And we didn't want to make the trek up the hill either, but thankfully our bus driver was smart enough to bring that bus, park it in that end zone. We got on a warm bus at halftime.
There you go. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long haul.
It is.
I don't know if you haven't been down here before. I mean, it's the same locker room they use for basketball. And so it's almost like how Chester was back in the day, all the way up that hill.
Mount Carmel years and years ago, this was before your time, they didn't really have a visitor locker room. So you just kind of had to go to an end zone there, too. Yeah. You had to get dressed at the top of the hill. And sometimes, you'd ride the bus on the way there, just wear part of your pads, get off the bus there at the bottom of the hill. So kind of a similar situation here at Edwards County.
When I told Kurt Simon, I said, don't worry about making that 2-mile walk back to the press box to do an interview tonight after the game. And he seemed very pleased and not have to make that long walk after the ball game.
Yeah, we don't want to put him through that.
All right, so second down and 16 here for the Lions. Football back at their own 48. And Hensley back to pass here. He throws one down the field and tipped it incomplete. They're going to get a pass interference here against the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Dakota Brown came in to try to pick that one off. And my argument is he was playing the football, and
I think what they saw, though, they saw him
a little bit early, I think.
A little early and shoved the receiver in the back. I think that's the main thing they saw. A second early and hit the receiver from behind. So
pass interference against the Bulldogs, and so it's going to be 15 yards. And I would assume an automatic first down. It's not like the NFL where it's a spot foul.
No.
So that will put the football at about the 40, 38-yard line-ish.
Yeah. If it was enough yards, were they second and 14?
Yes, it was second and 16, or excuse me, first and 16. Second and 16 because the tackle loss. Okay. So second and 16.
That should put them at second and 1.
So it's not an automatic first
Correct,
down, so it'll be second and short.
And that's a rule I found out in the offseason last year. In high school, it's 15 yards, but it's not automatic first down. So it depends on field position.
So second and short, 24 seconds on the clock. Clock is stopped. 32-0 Bulldogs. Hensley back to pass. He's got pressure in his face, and he is going to go down for a sack. Layden Vargas along with Noah Pollard with the sack, and Edwards County forced to call their last timeout. Man, Noah's been getting back there all night in pass rush, setting up a third down.
When he's getting off the ball that quick, a 7-step drop just isn't going to do it. Pollard just came off there like lightning, and Layden Vargas, the sophomore, actually coming through another big night with the sack. He's having a fantastic night.
So the Lions call their last timeout with 17 seconds on the clock. We'll keep it here.
Love seeing that from Vargas. You know, we flash back to the Hamilton County game. He had a couple big plays that energized our defense. And, again, having some depth in there, then, you know, you can rest. You get Bryant some rest. You can get whoever else might need it. Sullivan.
Well, and really it's, you know, they have, and I mentioned they have switched things up defensively as far as personnel and formation, and that defensive line has kind of been a rotating wheel all season long. And you've seen guys like Vargas and like Nolan Ott, as you mentioned, Eli Bryant when he's out there, he does some productive things, and that is one. You know, Carmine doesn't have a whole lot of depth at a lot of positions, but defensive line has been one spot where they've been able to rotate some guys and keep some guys fresh.
Absolutely, and moving Egan to the nose, now you bring Pollard up to an end position, and that's a good guy to have a defensive end. You know, he's normally linebacker, even some at corner. But when you can now bring him up to the defensive end spot, his athleticism over there, that's a whole great new wrinkle to your defense.
So 3rd down and 9 here for Edwards County. Ball at the Carmine 46. High snap over the head as Cash Connor is now at the quarterback position. Loose football. Let's see who's got it. Kate Stockton says the Bulldogs do, and so does the man in stripes. The Bulldogs with their second takeaway of the night, and it comes with 11 seconds to go in the first half.
Again, just miscues by Edwards County. Dropping back has just been disaster. A couple of sacks and then a snap over the head. You can see how the exchange is important in shotgun. And you got an injured Lion.
So they put Cash Connor in at quarterback during the timeout. First time we've seen him back there this evening, and the snap goes over his head. And the Bulldogs able to recover. And I would imagine with 11 seconds left, you probably just take a knee and go to the half.
I would say so, and that is Connor who's down. Definitely hope he's okay.
He's being attended to by the Edwards County training staff.
Yeah, he trying to get that ball that went over his head. He just had an absolute convoy of Bulldogs that landed on him and going for the ball. So again, hope he's okay as the trainers attend to him.
Meanwhile, we got the Johnson City-Dixon game going on my phone.
Dixon score finally?
Dixon did just score. That's in the second quarter. They're about to attempt a PAT, so that's been a defensive battle thus far. Again, the Indians with a 4A school coming down for their non-conference game, their Vienna week.
Hats off to the Indians. I love it. I think that is gutsy as all get out.
And it was kind of a late addition as well. I think around week 4 is when they added that game to their schedule. And that's gutsy to say the least. So Cash Connor able to walk to the Edwards County sideline under his own power with 11 seconds left to play. Coach Wolf, are we taking a knee here to end the half? Okay, he gives me a thumbs up. So
I would think
Bulldogs will take a knee, and we'll head to the locker rooms with the Bulldogs leading 32-0. And what we got here?
Timeout Edwards County.
And well, the Lions want to make sure they got 11 guys on the field for the kneel down as they're
getting
or someone's coming out of the game.
Looks like Dardene's coming off. I don't know if looks like he's limping a little bit.
So he comes to the sideline. They rush somebody new in there, and so we'll wait for the officials to whistle it in. They do, and Anderson takes the knee, and that will end the first half. And a pretty good first half for the Bulldogs as they lead Edwards County 32-0. We'll step aside for a 3-minute break. We'll come back with a halftime show here on 97.3 WRUL.